Happy Thursday. So it was on my mind yesterday all day. I was just thinking about cardio like crazy after I made my video yesterday, so I thought I'd talk quickly about cardio. When I had the most success on 2 different protocols, I was doing a lot of cardio. I was probably doing five days a week of cardio on both protocols. On one of them, I was doing cardio pretty much 7 days a week. Now I was walking, but I was doing a lot of cardio. And every piece of research, everything that I read up on endomorphs, everyone's always talking about how endomorphs have to do cardio every single day. You have to be moving your body. And as I've gotten older and with my back injury, I can't do cardio every day. I used to do cardio every day. I used to do cardio constantly. And you know, running is one of my favorite things to do. It always has been. I've always been a runner ever since I was a kid. I've always loved running. It's just a natural thing. But you know, you have to be concerned about recovery. You know, you have to give your body enough time to recover, especially when you're lifting weights on, you know, doing things consistently like legs and, you know, lower back and different things like that, which, you know, cardio, especially if you're doing any form of HIIT cardio, especially like box hops or anything like that, or running sprints or running hills or anything like that, it's putting a lot of stress on your lower back, glutes, hamstrings, and quads, and your knees. Calves as well. If you're good at running, if you're consistently running on your toes and you do all this stuff, you know, it's gonna burn your calves out. You need to allow them to recover. So what I personally recommend is doing as much cardio as you possibly can. Now, I think that you should do it in the form of HIIT or walking. I don't think slow state cardio is the best cardio to do all the time. I think that slow state cardio, like jogging, different things like that, I've had some success with it, but not the same. You know, honestly, I have more success from walking 60 minutes a day 2 times, like 60 minutes twice in a day, than jogging. I know it takes up a lot of time, but I was using this time to listen to audiobooks and in this think tank time, you know, where I'm just, you know, going over my thoughts, thinking about my goals, you know, writing things down. I carry like a little memo pad with me, writing things down, you know. So I was using the time wisely. If you just kind of walk around, then, you know, then yes, it's kind of waste time. But for endomorphs, moving your body is what's going to burn the most fat. I mean, it's going to burn, you know, I would say yes, it's gonna burn more fat than weightlifting, because it's so easy for you to put on muscle. I mean, if you're doing the right kind of workouts, which is usually 10 to 15 rep workouts, you know, yes, that's going to build more muscle, and we don't want to be skinny fat, I'm not saying that, but if you're trying to get results in the fat loss area, you really need to be focused heavily on cardio, you know, and your recovery needs to be based around your cardio. You know, you may not be able to do it every day. You may only be able to do cardio every other day, but even if you're tired from your weightlifting, you know, you just have to find a rhythm. And I'm in that process right now of trying to find a rhythm to be able to do cardio 4 days a week. It's not easy, you know, and that's only 4 days. That's not even 5-6 days like they say you should be doing, you know, and that is supplemented by by not, you know, eating hardly any carbohydrates on my rest days. Because, you know, if you're an endomorph and you're not doing cardio and you eat carbohydrates on your rest days, you're asking to wake up heavier the next day. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you're not doing cardio on your rest days and you're sucking down carbs, you know, you could destroy your fat loss results for the entire week in one or 2 days of rest. Because realistically, even on days where you're lifting weights, you know, an endomorph is going to have a difficult time. I've talked about this many times already, but an endomorph is going to have a difficult time doing cardio. An endomorph is going to have a very difficult time doing cardio or not, an endomorph is gonna have a very difficult time eating more than 300 grams of 300 calories of carbohydrates, even on the days where they lift. Especially if those carbohydrates are not carb backloaded after your workout. If you're spreading carbs out and you're eating carbs around bedtime and doing all these crazy things and not giving your body enough time to like dispose of the carbohydrates and work through them and get your insulin levels back down, you are going to be storing fat. I mean, it's as simple as that. And so, you know, on non-cardio days, you know, as I've said before, the fruits and the breads and everything, the leafy green vegetables or onions or broccoli or different things like that, the non-vegetable carbohydrates on your rest days where you're not doing anything, total inactivity, will destroy your diet. I mean, you're just waiting for your diet to totally fall apart and for you to just store fat like crazy. So, you know, I hope that little nugget helps. Focus on your cardio, build your training around your cardio. I'm not doing that because, you know, you know, I have other goals, but I'm trying to help people that want to get lean and chiseled and burn the most amount of fat. Your goal may not be exactly the same as mine, but I'm going to tell you, you know, how to get to your goal, which is, you know, no one's saying anything. If you comment and you ask me something specific, then I can give you an idea based on what your specific thing is. But in my mind, it's people that are heavily overweight that want to lose fat. And if you're heavily overweight and want to lose fat, I say you focus on your cardio first and your weight second. Now, do you need to lift weights? Yes. But what I'm saying is build your program around your cardio. Even if you have to lift only 2 days a week, full body, you know, if that's the best you can do, you know, this is all based on age and injuries. See, I have injuries. I have other things going on besides just trying to burn fat. But if you're healthy, young, energetic, if you can only lift 2-3 days a week, I lift 4, but if you can only lift 2-3 days a week and to focus on your cardio, to be able to do cardio, you know, 4 or 5 days a week, and you're trying to get that fat off, I say do that. Only lift 2 days a week if that's all you can do. Now, like I said, they're gonna have to be full body workouts, but I believe that based off of everything I've read about endomorphs is if you wanna get that fat off and you wanna keep it off and you wanna keep consistently losing weight week to week, 1% of your body weight, you gotta be doing that probably 4 or 5 days of cardio as an endomorph, man. You have to. There's really no escaping that reality. Happy Thursday.